Best sneakers on the planet. They don't get no better than MJ's. Jordan 6, 91 joints. What's good, y'all? Prince Sports here. Drink the coffee and make you feel better. Looks like the team that I picked to make it to the promised land, the second one went down yesterday. And that was none other than the Milwaukee Bucks. So if you picked the Milwaukee Bucks to go to the NBA Finals or win an NBA Finals, you're in the same boat with me. We was wrong. Pooh-hoo. Okay. But we was wrong with an asterisk next to it. Because the Milwaukee Bucks did lose, yes. But they lost with two of their best players not playing in most of the series. Now, I know Dame played in the last game of elimination after an injury. The damage is almost already done already, right? Because same situation Giannis was in last year. Milwaukee Bucks lose. He comes back for a few games, I believe like 2 games, but the damage is already done. They were already out the series out there. Because a team cannot win an NBA championship, let alone an NBA series, without 2 of their best players. Imagine the Bulls winning a chip or a playoff series without Jordan and Pippen, Shaq and Kobe, the Joker and Jamal Murray. The list goes on and on. Your best players have to be on the court to win. And this goes to show you that role players are important, but they're not as important as superstars. Because at the end of the day, superstars are the players that's going to have the ball in their hands 90% of the time. Superstars are guys that's going to be the ones there at the finishing line, closing, leading the way to victory. And basketball is a superstar-driven sport. This is why a lot of the success is hindered on the shoulders of the superstar, the franchise player. Let me put it this way for you. Role players are like a hot chick. Right? You could go into a Starbucks, a supermarket, the gym, and see an attractive woman, right? They're a dime a dozen, okay? They're like trees. They're everywhere. But a superstar, an elite player, a once-in-a-lifetime player, is like walking down the street and seeing a multi-billionaire or seeing a multi-millionaire. You don't see them every single day, all right? They're not as common. They're very rare. That's what a superstar is. So superstars can't be replaced. Giannis's, the Jordans, the LeBrons, the Kobes, they don't grow on trees, okay? These guys are excessively hard to find. But a role player can be replaced, and a role player can be found everywhere, right? I'm not saying role players are important, but the role players definitely need the superstars more than the superstars need the role players, because the superstar could always go out and find a role player, but you can't always go out and find a superstar. And this is a perfect example of what injuries do, all right? We're going to be left with a what if. What if Giannis and Dame was healthy throughout the whole series? Would have went 7 games? Would they won? We would never know. And that's an answer that we always going to have to deal with. It is what it is. And unfortunately, Dame was on the court for the last game, so he had to be held accountable for not putting the team on his back and leading them to victory. And it is what it is on that aspect. But the Milwaukee Bucks, where do they go from here? Simple, swift question. Easy. You stay packed. You're married to this combo, this trio, okay? This duo of Dame and Giannis. You got to be married to it. You got a good supporting cast with Chris Middleton, who played great in this series, but he's not the main dude. And nor should he be, but he did his part. And if you're the Milwaukee Bucks, you stay intact. Health and availability are the most important things when it comes to a superstar basketball player or just a team in general. So what you want to do as the Milwaukee Bucks, if you're the GM, you want to go out there and get one more role player. And that one role player could be a guy that complements and helps out the superstars to take pressure off them. And you know who that is? A defensive player. He don't have to be a scorer. All he has to do is to be a defensive-minded player. The Milwaukee Bucks, I believe, was 15th in defense. Not bad. But if you want to win an NBA championship, you want to be at least in the top 10 for defense. Because teams that win championships are usually top 10 rated defensive teams. You got to be in both aspects. You got to be one of the best offensive teams to a certain extent, but you definitely got to be in the top 10 for defense for most of the time, right? That's what history has taught us. So it is what it is. I was wrong about the Milwaukee Bucks, but then again, I was also right, okay? Because I would never know what the true results is. But maybe even if Giannis did play, they still probably would have lost. But we were never going to know the answer to that. Only thing we know is the reality of the situation is that year one of Dame and Giannis, despite injuries, it don't matter. They were sitting on the sideline with street clothes. They lost and they going home. Being healthy is part of being healthy and being injured is part of the game of basketball. So you have to make yourself available. That's the best asset in any job. Sports out. Peace.